Good morning, everyone. My name is Forrest. I'm here on behalf of broker owner Matt Leshper, as always, in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas. It is gorgeous this mid morning. We're in the mid 80s, partly cloudy, in a buzzing city right now. If you're around, you can tell the energy in Austin. We just wrapped up ACL weekend one this past weekend. Next weekend is ACL weekend two. I think we got Formula One coming up, capped off by Halloween weekend, right? So October in Austin is always super fun. And when it dips under 90, we sing praises around here. So I'm really enjoying this, but I'm just as excited to be here with you guys to discuss just, one of my favorite topics in real estate investing and property management. And it's one of the crucial stages, which is a resident move-in. I'm here with Justus from Citizen Home Solutions. It's one of our experienced, knowledgeable vendor partners. They service the greater Austin area in particular, but they provide concierge utility connection services that, not only streamlines that service, but also helps our residents find the best deals. But Justus, thanks for joining us. Introduce yourself and Citizen Home Solutions.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Forrest. Thank you guys for inviting me on behalf of 1836. Excited to be on here today and kind of go over some exciting stuff when it comes to resident experience. And so a little bit of background on myself. My name is Justus. I'm the Director of Operations here at Citizen Home Solutions. I've been with Citizen now roughly around 2 years. So it's been a lot of fun. We've gone through a lot of transformation in the past couple of years. So excited to share some of that with you guys today. And a little bit of background on Citizen. If you guys are not familiar, we've been in the industry roughly around little over 9 years actually right now. We've serviced over 300,000 residents, and we currently work with over 1,200 property managers all across the United States. So hopefully be able to work with much more people in the coming days. As we all know, we're in conference season as well too. So that gets exciting to be able to implement new processes and overall help your guys' operations.
Love it. Yeah, I've recommended Citizen Home to so many different clients and so many different customers, but never really gotten to take a peek behind the veil of one of our most trusted and utilized vendors, I'd say, in our whole Rolodex. So super excited to learn more myself, as a real estate investment manager. So real quick, I will give you a rundown, a table of contents, if you will. We will go through the moving experience and setting the tone, right? Making a good first impression during that crucial transition period. And then we're going to talk about the retention because of that convenience and value provided to our residents and the benefit to the property manager. And then lastly, we're going to investor or property owner benefits, right? How does all of this tie into, a reduced number of turnovers and a higher ROI for you? So we'll talk about savings for the residents and the investors, and just the overall saved headache for all parties involved. Without further ado, let's jump in right to our first topic here, how this move-in experience sets the tone. Justus, talk about the first, I'd say 7 days prior to move-in, and then the first 30 days thereafter, and how those are so critical for a tenant to, start off on a good foot, and how streamlined utilities connections can create a stress-free start.
Absolutely. So when it comes to moving, right, we've all been there. It's an extreme hassle. There's a million and one things going on. The resident is already bogged down with all the things that they need to do, whether they're even moving just across the street or they're moving across country. It's still a hassle. It's also getting very expensive these days to do so. So it adds another burden of stress on these residents as well. And so where we like to come in and be able to provide that extreme satisfaction is that they're going to have a concierge service that's going to reach out to them after they sign their lease. So we'll get into a little bit more details later, but having someone to reach out to be able to take care of all the utilities is a really good blessing in disguise for them, because in the end of the day, if they are moving across state or even if they're moving locally, it could be different providers. So we have a team of researchers that does all that for you. It actually identifies every single one of your providers down to the ancillary services. And so we're already taking that hassle off their plate. We have a platform that's going to be able to either offer a concierge platform for them to where they can talk to someone, 10 to 15 minute phone call, take care of everything all in one whack. So nice and easy for them. Or if they choose to self-service, they can actually do that as well too. They can go into our amazing digital platform. They're going to have all the utility providers in their research for them at their fingertips, and they'll be able to take care of everything. And so the last thing you want is a delay in their move, right? Like that's can be one of the most pain points for property managers. They're like, I haven't got any confirmations from my residents. I have no idea if they set up their water or their gas, their electricity. We're here to take that hassle away from you guys. And so being able to start off on the right foot, and one of the great things about Citizen as well too, is that when they're able to get in contact with us, we're going to save them money as well too. I mean, if we're able to save them 20-30% on some of their ancillary bills at times. And so one, they're already loving you guys as well too. Like, oh, thank you for recommending this concierge service. They've already saved me a lot of money on my move. And then again, it's going to help with your guys' retention as well too, to make sure that that resident is just satisfied. In their first few days, they've already got everything taken care of. Their move was seamless. They got their keys on time, and they walked into their house with lights, which is always great as well too. Or gas, as we're coming into wintertime, no one wants to be cold stuck in their house.
No kidding, no kidding. Yeah, a few points there that rang home for me. One, everyone has gone through a move, right? I just moved earlier this year, back in May, right? And it gave me this renewed appreciation for how hectic it is. It's not that I forgot, right? But whenever I get a somewhat panicked message from a new resident moving in, it hit home even harder thereafter this summer. Because I remember how, even, as a property manager, I know all of the things that I need to do, but it's still, it stacks up, right? So having one particular thing, with utility connection service, making that streamlined, drastically relieves tension, relieves stress, and allows you to focus on, all of those other checklist items that you have to perform as a new tenant. The other thing you mentioned was the ability for a resident to talk to someone over the phone or do it themselves, right? With the platform, right?
Correct.
Exactly. What that reminded me of, Justice, is have you ever taken an Uber recently where you get the option to say talking or silence? I love that how we can tailor that service to fit whatever the residents actually prefer, right? I probably don't have to pitch that it's extremely important to have someone to talk to on the phone, especially as this customer service field advances more towards AI and digital interaction. And the last handful of times I picked up the phone, I just said, talk to a person, until I got to someone, probably 5 or 6 times, right? So that's crucial. That's super important. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just on that topic as well too, is that one of the things that I forgot to mention is that we actually did a resident survey on 1,000 residents as well too, because we really wanted to see like what do the residents want, right? Let's let their voice be heard. Let's understand where their pain points are. And what's crazy about that, after like you had mentioned before, is like AI is coming into the scene quite a bit. And I think there's still a massive human element when it comes to property management, and people want to be taken care of and they want to be able to talk to a real human. And so when we did that survey, 72% of people said that they rather prefer a phone call when it came to handling utilities, which is a massive number. It's actually higher than what we expected. But 30% is still a big chunk of your business as well. That's why we wanted to offer both platforms, to be able to self-service or have that concierge available and ready to take care of any resident whenever they're needing help.
I love that. Stats-backed service, right? How do we tailor our services to fit the actual needs of our clients and customers, right? Not just throwing something at the wall and hoping that's what everyone wants. Love that. Cool. Well, yeah, as always, like we said, making a good first impression in business is super important, right? Because that impression is going to last, it's going to make a big impact on how you're viewed initially, and it could last the entire length of that relationship. So we'll kind of segue that topic into the next, which is retention of our tenants through convenience and value. So let's talk about how this benefits our clients and how it benefits the property manager, right, or the landlord themselves, Justus.
Yeah, well, the first thing to start off with that's absolutely amazing that it's free. This platform is completely free for property managers and for the residents as well. And so that's the biggest exciting part right there. But when it coming into convenience and saving time, first I'll start off with the residents is that, again, they already have a million checklists to do during their move. Utilities is another one. Like I said, especially if they're moving across state lines, there's going to be new providers, new electric, water, gas. There's going to be new internet services. So there's a lot to go into that research. And well, our team is actually, we have an entire team that actually is just our research team that goes in and identifies exactly what providers are for particular areas as well too. And so we're able to verify those 100% to make sure that we're able to assist them as fast as possible. That's one of the biggest things is that we all know speed is convenience as well too these days. And so we want to make sure and get in touch with the residents as fast as possible as soon as that lead is coming in. I'll dive into more of the technology in a little while, but that's the biggest thing for the residents, saving them time, because they're going to have to wait on hold with the providers. I mean, it blows my mind sometimes at how long some of these hold times are. Like, oh, my admin manager will get a hold of me like, yeah, this particular provider has a 2-hour hold time today. I'm like, that is insane. So it's like we try and really negate all that time for that resident. That's the biggest thing. And then when it comes to the property managers, is saving you guys time as well too. You guys have a million and one checklists as well too, and it never ends. Probably it seems like for you guys, but if we can actually provide a platform for you where everything lives in one site to where you can actually identify all the account confirmations, you can get screenshots of their utility bill so you can see everything is set up. It has a little great progress bar, green and red check marks for you to identify that, hey, perfect, resident John Doe here is ready for his keys on October 10th. He's ready to go. All his accounts are set up. Everything is done in one spot. And what's great is that utilize our service, you actually have a dedicated customer service support rep tied to your account. So if you have any issues, any requests, you have an urgent move-in, something was wrong with a particular address, it was the wrong number, you can get in contact with them, and they're trained to address your email within 30 minutes or a phone call. They'll make sure to pick up the phone. It's, again, resident satisfaction and property management satisfaction is our number one motivating driver to make sure that we are giving you guys the service that you guys are looking for.
And I love to hear that, right? And obviously our clients, our property owner or landlord clients would be happy to hear that too, right? If one of our vendors is providing a great service to, either our residents or our landlords, but in order to get that service, it makes your property manager have to do backflips or pull teeth. That's not effective use of our time. So like you said, there's a high volume of low pressure tasks that are involved with the tenant move-in, right? But if one goes wrong or if one slips through the cracks, all of a sudden we're in a situation where, like you said, maybe a tenant is at the door with their mover standing behind them, but they haven't set up the last utility, gas, water, electricity, trash, whatever it is, and I can't permit entry access, right? Because that's one of the main said, checklist items that we have to receive, on top of rent, security deposit, the basics, in order to permit access on move-in day. So just one little thing that amongst, a large list of items that doesn't go well can cause a big headache for everyone, right? And at the same time, if it's making it easy on me to have our tenants move in, then I can focus my attention and my bandwidth elsewhere, whether that be to our customers as the tenants or our clients that are the landlords to provide better or more personalized service overall, right? So it's one big amoeba. When you look bird's eye view, we can see how this all works together. So our last topic here is, I'll probably take the lead on most of this one, Justus, but jump in and let's talk about how this feature really benefits our property owner, right? How does that retention through convenience and value lead to a reduced turnover and a higher ROI? So first thing that comes to mind for me is the feedback that we've gotten from residents at move out after a year of residency, right? We will oftentimes get raving reviews, right? 5 stars and for the entire residency after the move-in, right? So no real hiccups during the residency. Maintenance was great, communication was sufficient, but they're still holding a bad taste in their mouth from a bump in the road at move-in. And oftentimes they will at least lead on that contributed to a reason for their not moving, right? And we want to avoid that altogether because, as we know, turnovers and vacancy are no good for our landlord clients, right? The longer we're sitting on the market, especially in a shifting rental market as Austin is right now, the less income, less revenue, and the lower our overall ROI. But yeah, so establishing this value for our residents, it makes them happier. And it may seem like such a small thing, like we said on a long list, but the average cost savings for tenants, for ancillary services. Justus, can you touch on what they might find out in the market on their own versus what they might find with Citizen Home Solutions?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, one of the topics that we really haven't discussed as well too is the additional benefit of actually property managers gaining revenue as well too by utilizing our service with all the different ancillary services that we help with. So we'll help with internet, TV, security, moving services, even cell phones, and how that we actually have that available as well too. So there's multiple streams of revenue. If you're in Texas, you can actually take advantage of DREG as well too. So that's another stream of ancillary services. One of the great things is that we work with all major providers. So it's not like, oh, we have only a particular one to push, so to say. Like, we work with every single one. So what's great is that your residents are going to get discounts that they don't even see online. We get special pricing as well too to be able to help them save the most amount of money as well, get additional gift cards. It's really amazing what we can offer, being that we work with multiple of these providers. And like I said, we wanted to make it a one-stop shop for all of these residents, be able to take care of all their moving needs, to make it, again, as streamlined as possible, to make sure that they have such a fabulous experience that they don't want to leave. And touching on experience as well too, if you guys get a chance as well too, like, we have over 5,000 Google reviews right now at a 4.9 rating. And one of the things that we also track is unprompted RSATs as well too, that when a resident completes all their required utilities, it prompts them to do a quick little 1-question survey as well. And that average is at about a 4.75 right now. So just the residents are really enjoying that experience. They're loving the service. And we like to, by any means, we're not perfect, but one of the great things about Citizen is that we do what's called the Citizen Guarantee. Is that, hey, if we're ever at fault for anything, we'll take ownership of it 100%. We'll make it right with either the property manager or the resident. We're all about accountability, and we want to make sure everyone has the best experience possible.
Love that, and I can attest to that firsthand on Citizen Homes. Just backing up what they provide in a service, right? Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be a bump in the road, but still, 5,000 reviews, 4.9 good. That's ridiculous. I keep up with our Google stats, and reviews, and that is a tough metric to sustain. So yeah, that's another testament to your guys' success and service. And I really like how you talked about, streamlining both speed and price. A lot of times, we're willing to pay for convenience in today's market, but we're getting both here, which is fantastic. So, hey, I guess last thing, we're about to wrap up here, Justus, but what is anything else about the company that is rolling out or you want to share?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say this year is drinking through a fire hose technology wise. We've implemented so much. We created this amazing dashboard to be able to help keep everything in one location, ensuring all the technology works flawlessly as well too. Some exciting things in terms of specifically when it comes to the resident experiences. We've actually developed some API technology when it comes to receiving your leads. And what's great about that is that speed to lead is everything, right? Everyone knows that. It's all about convenience, as fast as they can get help, as quick as they possibly can. And so normally, just kind of give you a little bit of background on how the leads normally come in, we basically set up a daily email report that would come in every single day at 5 a.m. and we would contact those leads like normal, get them scheduled out. Or if they wanted to self-serve, that's perfectly fine, no worries. But now with the API is that when your lease is getting executed, we're going to get real time. So if someone signed a lease here at 2 o'clock today, my team is trained is that when that lead comes in, they'll contact them within 30 minutes of that hitting our queue. And so usually they're free that day, which is it's again stress-free for them. Like, oh, perfect, I do have time to take care of all my utilities. We're going to help them get set up, start that move-in process right away. So there's zero delays when it comes to their move-in. That's the biggest thing. No one wants a delay when it comes to their move-in, because at times too, it's not only on us, sometimes the providers have like a 2-3 day turnaround. It just kind of depends on that particular utility provider. So we want to get to them as fast as possible and get that application submitted for them. So there's zero delay in that. And so we work with all major softwares now. So like we have a rent buying, rent manager, Propertyware, Buildium, Door Loop. So we have all these major providers that we can set up that API with, and it takes like 5 to 10 minutes, which is awesome. It's much better than actually, because building out the daily report took like, we had to go into the software and like select manually what you need. It just took some time. So this is extremely simple and extremely streamlined. So again, it enhances the resident experience. We actually get more of your residents to the finish line, which is great as well too, because I mean that's inevitably what you guys want. We want to be able to give you guys more revenue, get more residents to the finish line. And we saw when we switch people to that API, conversion goes up by almost 35%. So it's a drastic increase in terms of the new technology we'll bring to you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. It actually tracks with 1836's internal policy. We want to get back to all non-emergency questions and inquiries within one business day, right? Within 24 hours. But when I'm able to pick up the phone on the second ring or respond to an email or a text within 10, 20 minutes, it's so clear, how much that's appreciated by clients and tenants alike. And like you said, getting them to the finish line 35% more often is great. I want every single one of our residents to experience a 5,000 review, 4.9 stars on Google experience with you guys. I want everyone to get there. So that's awesome. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to 1836 questions at 1836pm.com. Visit our website to 1836propertymanagement.com. If you have questions for Justus and team, reach out to Citizen Home Solutions, www.partnerwithcitizen.com, or you can email them at info@citizenhomesolutions.com, and hopefully all their info is connected to the flyer and whatnot. But yeah, Justus, once again, thanks so much for hopping on, educating us all. We really appreciate your partnership, and what you do is really essential for both our business and the rental market here in Austin.
Thank you. I'm honored for the invite. It was great. Thank you for everyone that attended. Like I said, anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out. Would love to help any one of you enhance your resident experience at any time.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Good, everyone.